Right then, here we are, gentlemen, back again.
Back in Cannes.
Where are we, Dean?
We're in Brown Sugar today.
Yeah, the fantastic Brown Sugar, favourite bar in Cannes, best bar in Cannes.
Yeah, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
Over a year.
Good beer as well.
This is our third year at the MiCannes Festival.
Yeah, it is.
Third year at Brown Sugar.
Third year at Brown Sugar. Don't usually remember. In fact, I couldn't even find my way here today because I've never remembered how to get here.
Well, it's different coming here in the light.
Well,
It's
yeah.
normally dark.
I've also never remembered leaving. So, but anyway, it's great to be back at MiCannes. We just thought we'd do a bit of content while we're here. We've got some artists coming down that we're going to interview.
Good friends of ours are going to be here, popping in as well. We've never actually interviewed before.
Ultimately, we're it all started last night.
Yeah, yesterday was day one of MiCannes 25, and it was really good.
Yeah, nice little networking drinks arrival, early evening at the Mondrian, and then we all ended up in Morrison's, which is where everything happens.
Yeah,
and
there's been some panels today at the Mondrian, and I think Ben and Jay, a couple of the organisers, are going to pop in for a quick chat as well. And then tonight back to Morrison's for not finally, because it only started yesterday, but some what we're here for, some live performances.
Four artist showcases this evening, all international. It's someone from UK, France, Thailand, and maybe Spain today, maybe the Spanish one's tomorrow, but it's all very much an international thing. Somebody from all over the world.
Yeah, very much
down here to play.
Yeah, bring it on. And sadly, I'm flying out tomorrow night, but it goes on until
Friday.
Till Friday.
Yeah.
So there's more panels tomorrow, more performances. And yeah, as always, we love it. That's why we keep coming back.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I was going to mention is that we were here last year when we were doing the interviews in the, on the balcony. And some of these artists we'd never heard before. Lots of them are getting airplay. A couple of them even had award nominations.
So we interviewed Gemma Johnson last year, who's only just put out the EP she was working on last year, which got featured on Wigwam quite recently, didn't it?
But over the years, we've connected with some brilliant artists through MiCannes. Sour Kicks,
exactly.
What a standout.
Award-winning Sour Kicks.
Award-winning, and they did the Jamma 2.0 launch.
Right.
And Nadav.
And Nadav, who's incredible. Virginia from Riverman Management's going to be here. Well, I don't know if she might be popping in, but she's here.
We had Hattie, we had Frankie.
Hattie Oates, Frankie.
Yeah.
I mean, some great names that we've all done a lot of work with back in the UK.
Really excited to see what we're going to discover this year.
Yeah, bring it on.
It's absolutely fantastic.
So this is the Wigwam Jam coming live from MiCannes, and that rhymes. See you later. Sorry, I'm back. Wanted to mention as well, we have got some flyers that we're putting out while we're here.
Give the camera time to zoom in.
Yeah.
There you go.
And there's a QR code, but it's all on our socials. But basically, we're launching a partnership with Virgin and Virgin Hotels end of June. It's sort of an industry showcase it's being marketed as a bit of a no bullshit kind of panel thing, but it's not just a panel where people talk at you. We want everyone to come and get engaged with it.
A bit more interactive.
It's a very cool venue.
No bull, if I remember
No
right.
bull is the actual sort of tagline. It's the start of a bigger partnership with Virgin that we're working on. And Wigwam and Generation Studio will be on the first panel amongst
Giving
others.
our expert opinion.
Yeah, expert opinion.
No, really looking forward to it, Nathan, and congratulations.
Thank you,
it's
mate.
It's going to be a really good session.
Well, the idea is that there's going to be a series of events. So there's 3 this year, all focusing on different areas of an artist's journey. From basically getting started to getting out on tour and everything that comes in between, from recording, distribution, marketing, radio, recording again. Yeah. So excited for it. Please come along.
Where is it?
Virgin Hotel Shoreditch. Ticket links are on socials. 20 quid a ticket, and it's limited to 60 people.
Yeah, you better get moving.
Yeah. Selling like hotcakes.
If you want to go, you better get your ticket sharpish.
Yeah. So fantastic stuff. Anything else to mention, Chris?
Well, we've got Wokingham Festival coming up soon, didn't we?
Coming out really quickly now. Sales are doing really well. There are still 2 slots I need to book, so whether or not they end up being someone we meet this week.
It could
Who
be.
knows?
Who
Who knows?
Because obviously booked Sour Kicks when I saw them last time.
Yes. Anyone else that we met in MiCannes played? Frankie?
They haven't played yet. No.
Okay. All right. Well, plenty of opportunity. There's 2 more slots.
Especially there's so many artists here as well that could be. They might not be playing the showcases, but we could meet them and they could be really good and be available. And
probably should mention as well that this Sunday in the festival we have the Jamma Wigwam Jamma takeover stage, where all of the artists that are being presented are Jamma Wigwam registered artists.
Very exciting.
So we've not had that before. Thank you, Dean. Very kind.
Yeah. Let's hope we have the same weather that what we've been having here in Cannes.
Well, you're in the marquee, so if it rains, everyone's in the marquee. So
we're hoping for rain, are we?
No, we don't want rain.
I hope it pisses it down.
But when a One-Eyed Man played in there and it rained, you and me got stuck in the bar. He had a full tent.
Yeah.
And then that was a couple of years ago before he was as almost like full-time as he is now.
Yeah, brilliant.
He's on the main stage this year
And
as well.
tickets are still available. How much are
Tickets
they?
available. They are insert number here because
A bargain.
ticket prices do go up in
They're
2
a
weeks'
bargain.
time.
Okay.
So I will not commit
They're
to
about a
said
tenth
number.
of the price of Reading Festival, right?
Yeah.
And we'll be there.
Oh yeah.
And we'll be walking around with these brand new mics that Dean's invested in.
I thought you were going to pay me for
No, I'm not paying for them. Doing a little
We will be interviewing.
interviews and chats. So if you see us there, feel free to come and say hello. We don't buy,
Can't wait.
unless you ask us to. Classic. But anyway, signing off. We're going to crack on.
Do you want to know what Wigwam's been up to?
Yeah, well, I did say what. Yeah. You went straight into Wokingham Festival. What's Wigwam been up to?
Nothing. Let's go.
We're up to lots. We just back from Focus Wales, and we're looking forward to also the Wokingham, but also Firebolt. But
Firebolt.
we're going to be up in Liverpool, Manchester, and Wrexham in the week before Firebolt. We're
You
coming
seem to
to
be
a town near you.
dipping your toe into a lot more live stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot more live stuff going on. We want to obviously champion artists as much as we can, but we're also going to be expanding our DAB regions. So, there's a lot of work going on.
Can you give us any hints on the next DAB city that you're going to be taking over?
I've just named 3 of them.
Oh, right, okay. Okay.
Wrexham, Manchester, Liverpool.
Manchester, mate. My favourite city in the UK.
There you go.
So that's
They
good.
love you equally.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. They love us, some of them. No, congratulations, mate. It's big stuff.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Yeah. So it's not certain, but that's the idea.
Yeah, fantastic.
So should we get the first?
Yeah, let's get the first artist on. And signing off, well, for this first part from Brown Sugar, best bar in Cannes. And we'll see you in a minute. Cheers. The man, the legend, Charlie Kennedy from Modern Social / Ryler's Edge. Welcome.
Welcome.
How are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks. Yeah. Little bit sunstroked, but we move.
We all are.
Yeah.
It's nice to have you on this podcast because actually you were supposed to fly home right now, but you've changed your flight because you're enjoying it so much.
Having so much fun. Well, yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Good man.
You've been on the podcast before, Charlie.
I think you were as awkward last time.
It was
as you are.
pretty awkward actually. I think I don't know if I got a single point across.
If I remember rightly, you were drumming on a box.
Yeah.
When we were in the studio.
Oh yes, for the live session. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
exactly.
we-
Although there was another one as well,
Brewdog.
at Brewdog.
At the Brewdog as
and
well.
I didn't say anything of value to anyone, and I don't think we used any of it actually.
So now's your time. Now is your moment.
Yeah.
What's the value that you're going to add?
You clearly, you can't handle it. But Charlie, we know very well. Charlie is involved in, runs a company called Modern Social, which is a fantastic marketing and social media company. They actually do all of Jamma socials. They also do all of Wigwam socials. So we know you very well, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, it's a great service you provide. And obviously, social media marketing, as everyone knows, kind of sadly these days, is super important for artists in the music industry.
Sadly, how so?
Well, I don't go on hits
Yeah.
and likes. I go on music.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously we know these days that
It's providing a platform for artists. Obviously, like if you guys are posting something out, I mean, collectively the amount of followers you guys have is great publicity, and it's your visual CV. It's your digital CV rather.
well, I guess it's about helping artists to. We always talk about creating a brand. They are a business,
Of course.
and the service you provide helps us do that in a very professional and sort of cool way, I guess, because you know what you're doing.
How have you found MiCannes? This is your second year here, right?
Yeah. It's been great so far. Met some really cool people. Everyone's got an interesting story to tell. The networking's great. It's been really interesting to come, and I assume we'll continue coming.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll tag along on the entourage as many times as you'll have me.
Well, of course, last year we did a lot of recordings from the sort of penthouse apartment we had, but I quite like that we're sort of out and about doing it this year, and this is where everyone comes. Brown Sugar sort of hosts
The unofficial after party.
well, it's the official / unofficial place for the after party, and I think it's nice to be out in the venues, to be honest. So, Charles, taking your Modern Social hat off and your marketing guru hat off, you're also a drummer in a great band, Ryler's Edge, who we've done some work with previously and that we all know and love very well. I believe you're actually playing Peach Place in Wokingham this summer.
Yeah, 16th of August. Nice little plug. Thank you.
Fantastic, yeah.
16th.
Okay, but we'll talk about that in a sec. But we go to a lot of events like this, a lot of sort of festival type things. Obviously, it's lovely to be in Côte d'Azur, in the French Riviera. So, what do you see as value for an artist to come to such events as MiCannes?
yeah, I guess you're never really going to know who you meet, you know, like met some really incredible people from all different areas of the industry, like, yeah, tons of producers and publishers, and it's really interesting to get their insight into sort of the independent sector as a band that's sort of coming up. It's super interesting to basically ask as many questions and try to just be a sponge, you know, soak up as much as you possibly can.
It's a great way to collaborate. I mean, I can see Michael Smith from RYP Recordings out there. I know he's interested in chatting to you about some recording stuff. There's marketeers here. There's radio here.
Classic example of how you will meet people you would never have met before and being of value to the band and the artist, and reciprocal relationship with
for us
the
as
supplier
well.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's good, and it's lovely weather.
Yeah, it is lovely weather. I've had too much sun.
Well, that's been raining
here
all day.
I am.
That's been raining all day today, but it's sun's out now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, like speaking about we've started sort of writing an album, and it's like talking through the process with people, how to approach it from sort of the level that we're at, and how we can sort of make sure that momentum's still there and still churning out loads of music, and it's really insightful. It's been great.
I also see Colin Peters over there from Right Track and Tactic Records. I mean, again, for the independent artist, as we know, one thing we talk about a lot is that some of them do struggle to make these connections. You can email someone, but everyone gets hundreds of emails. So it comes to something like this. You know, firstly, it's great fun. Secondly, you never know who you're going to meet in summary.
You see the whites of their eyes, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, exactly that. Depending on, how well this sort of album process goes, we might even be having a conversation later on down the line about producing some vinyl. So, like, who knows? Like,
there you go.
So on that note, have you got any tracks coming out? Or have you got a recent track that we could play on the podcast?
Yeah, we might be able to give a little sneak peek. So,
Okay.
to be honest, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what the release date is supposed to be. No, we're just in final processes of
well, let's
mixing,
see. If
so
it's
still a
ready
little
when
bit
this
off.
goes out, we can whack it in.
Hopefully.
If you like.
If
Anyway,
not, we'll have some Pimlico Road instead.
Yeah.
When I left you at the corner on Pimlico Road, you were staring at the pavement, down past your toes, and then you shoot that little look. That time you gave me the birds, how you broke my little heart into again and again. So please don't leave me now. Oh, just please don't leave me now. 'Cause I'm happy with you, just knocking on together. Why is London so much better with you? Oh, I'm happy, it's true, you're the only one I choose. Life's just so much better with you. With you. With you. When the 211 pulled out of Pimlico Road, I was standing with commuters, watching you go, and then you shoot that little look right off the back of the bus. I knew that was it now for the two of us. Please don't leave me now. 'Cause I'm happy with you, just knocking around together. Why is London so much better with you? I'm happy, it's true, you're the only one I choose. Life's just so much better with you. It's me and you, it's all I ever wanted, just me and you, it's all I ever wanted, just me and you, it's all I ever wanted, just me and you. 'Cause I'm happy with you, just knocking around together. Why is London so much better with you? Oh, I'm happy, it's true, you're the only one I choose. Life's just so much better with you. With you. With you.
So we did promise to speak to some artists while we're doing this. So we've done our sort of intro.
You can't count Charlie.
Well, no, we can count Charlie, bless him, but he's outside now having a beer. But we are here with the lovely Gabby. Welcome.
Welcome, Gabby. Friend of the station,
Hello.
friend of MiCannes. It's the second year in a row that we've met.
We've met for twice now, but I've been here 3 times.
Yeah,
You missed
same
me
here.
the first
Same,
time.
yeah, exactly. It was all a bit of a blur the first year, I must say. Welcome, lovely to see you.
I'll hold it and you just speak.
Okay.
You don't need to. Funnily enough, this is new technology for us, and we can actually have it down here, Dean.
I think the most important is where's my light?
Where is the makeup and lighting team? Oh, they've just arrived.
So we were just discussing a minute ago.
Yeah, there you go.
We were just discussing a minute ago that we were talking outside, and Gabby here is French.
I am.
I couldn't believe it.
Eh oui, my papa is français, and my mum was from Teesside.
What a combination.
Northeast of France, northeast of England.
Yeah.
Best of, salt of the earth kind of stock.
Yeah, so you spent a lot of time in France, I guess, over the years?
My whole childhood, but I lived in France until I was 17, but it was my nana who brought me up for much of my childhood, and she didn't speak a word of French.
Oh, wow. But
so originally my accent's like proper Teesside.
Yeah, Teesside.
Yeah.
But I did pick up a bit of French in there as well. So
Un petit peu?
Un petit peu, yeah.
I don't believe a word of it. I don't think you're French at all.
Gabby has been played on Radio Wigwam.
She has, yeah.
And that all came from, I guess, being here previously.
Last year.
We met here last year as well, and it's our 3rd year as well. So
Gabby was on our attending the panel we were on last year.
Oh,
this is a good one, right?
Not that panel.
Let me have the floor on this one. So last year, for all the viewers watching, last year Nathan and Dean were on one of the panels.
Future of Live Music,
and you were the host, right?
Indeed.
If I remember rightly, it was a tough crowd.
It's the final one of the weekend as well.
Yeah, but I remember there was somebody in the audience who asked a very difficult question.
It was you, wasn't it? I remember now. Right, see you later. No, we're joking. I do remember, but I can't remember what the question was.
I don't remember my question. I think I was just
It
trying
keeps me
to.
up at night, I remember.
Ah, no, you don't.
What was it?
It was about festivals closing, and there are so many reasons why festivals have to close, because you can't afford it, or tickets aren't selling.
No one's got any money.
Yeah.
I'm just sad.
Yeah.
I
They've
wish.
been going a long
Sorry, we've just been shot. Sorry,
It was another festival that's been going at like a decent number of years.
Yeah, that Nina was about to attend. It was an iconic folk festival. Not that folk is my genre. I just want festivals to survive and thrive. As an independent DIY musician, I want more and more opportunities to perform. And obviously, if venues are closing and festivals are closing, it feels like my opportunities are closing. And so I'm just trying to remind people.
No, of course. And I think, was it around a bit of a conversation around localised festivals as well?
Possibly. Yeah.
Because it's so important. And now obviously Dean runs Wokingham Festival. But yeah, I mean, everything is closing, and that's why we're trying to do all we can to support independent artists, but also independent venues. I mean, there's some great venues that we've worked with. Don't know if we're allowed to mention the one in Cardiff, which sadly is shut down after all these.
Well, it's back.
Oh, is it?
The moon is back, but it's a different vibe. It's, but nevertheless, it's good to see it back.
It's good, yeah.
Because they really do support
But
it.
it is a hustle. I think our opinion has always been that we're all in it together. Whereas it's a platform, the radio, the studio, the artist at the top, obviously. But yeah, it is a struggle these days, and that's why it's great to come to things like this. How's your experience been so far?
I love it. I'm a extroverted introvert, and so I put on my networking cap on, and I shake a lot of hands. But I mainly just want to make friends, because I do want to be in the industry for a long time, and so I'm trying not to be too much of a shark and too targeted about it. I just come, enjoy the beautiful sunshine, and at the end of the week I'm like, oh yeah, I met this, that, and that. And
exactly what.
And making new contacts, making new friends. If you've been here for 3 years, you see the same people again.
Shout out,
deeper relationships.
Shout out to my wonderful pianist Liv Lester, who has become one of my best friends. I know her because she accompanies Matt Kent, who I met 2 years ago, who's accompanying my friend Daisy Shoot. And all
everyone has Daisy Shoot, don't they?
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
Good friend of the station.
That's what it's all about, and that's why we love coming here, because, like you said, you don't need to go around being a shark, but you never know who you're going to meet. And we were saying a minute ago that what's nice as well is that obviously it's all about artist progression and independent artists, but the fact that you've got, the radio guys here, the platform for what it is, and the studio, and there's producers out there, and studio owners, labels. I think it's just a great great collaborative opportunity.
It really is.
But tell us a bit. Sorry, Chris.
I was going to say, you've been to some of the panels today.
Yes.
How have you found that?
Oh, no,
they're all-
it's like a deja vu from last year.
They're all topical. They're all topical. They're interesting points.
Yeah.
But we were talking outside, and you found
It's
some
very
interest.
eye-opening, I think. I myself and I am surrounded by struggling DIY artists who are just really trying to share our world, share our talent and our love of everything with the world, but we face barriers purely because of financial reasons, and it's very eye-opening to hear the word billion being used very fluently in conversations
Yeah,
later.
it's not often used in the same sentence as grassroots.
Exactly. So there seems to be, as everything is a spectrum, there's a massive spectrum indeed in finances and music. And my experience as an independent artist is 2025.
Yeah.
It's vastly different to artists back in the 70s. However, I will admit it is easier than ever to produce music and put it out there.
But you got to get paid. That's the struggle.
Well, do you? That's philosophical.
Well, I mean,
I think so.
Yeah. I would like to, eventually.
And that leads me on to a bit of a shameless plug, Chris. We are launching the Jam Jar by Jamma, which is an artist tipping tool. So as an artist, if you can use it at any gig, you take 100% of your tips, but you also take crowd feedback, and all that data is given to you, and basically it's a QR system which is linked to your Jamma account, it's linked directly to your bank account, and the idea is it doesn't even have to be a Jamma gig, you can use it at any event, and it's about data-driven decisions as well for
And
the artist.
it's a brilliant concept. It
Yeah.
really is. Because it gives you.
Yeah. Well, we'd love you to trial it with us.
I will trial it, and I look
Where can I
forward
find out more about this? It's a brilliant concept.
Well, you can't really at the moment because we haven't announced it. But it's
on its way.
Keep your eye on socials. But it's just another tool that we're trying to collectively do to try and help artists. If you're not getting a lot of the venues we work with, sort of the Dean and I say like bigger venues, they don't pay artists because they feel that it's enough for the artist to be paying in the venue.
Some don't.
the exposure.
But we've all heard that argument a million times. So through the Jam Jar, first you can use it if you're getting a fee, but also if you're not getting a fee, as an artist you can use it to earn something.
You can even tip the venue if you want.
If you can tip the venue, and it can be used for anything. So that's enough shameful plugging. But tell us about your music. Tell a bit about you as an artist. What have you got coming up? What are you up to at the moment?
Well, this has been an iterative process, and I'm really happy where I landed. I'm now calling it electro cabaret pop.
Okay.
Fun anecdote, my parents were can soloists at the Moulin Rouge in Paris.
No way.
Wow.
I was brought up in this environment of sequins, feathers,
Fantastic.
showbiz, etc.
Well, I do.
And it turns out I do love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's literally in my blood.
Wow.
And I'm committing to the bit now. And so I released my first EP thanks to Help Musicians last year.
Amazing.
And this year I'm writing more songs, including a jazz album,
Wow.
by the way. And I'm performing with Liv Lester. And I'm just loving life. And also, I got my first commercial songwriting cut last month. It's
Wow.
got over 100,000 streams.
Amazing.
I'm so pleased with
Congratulations. Yeah, seriously.
And
Yeah, congratulations.
I know, right? And in a week there's another cut, so 2 cuts in a month.
Amazing.
I couldn't be happier. I've been struggling. I've been hustling, not struggling. I've been doing the work.
Congratulations to you, and hopefully it's a corner that's being turned.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, all the best. And how can people find out more about you?
At Gabi Dubois-Joly.
You might want to spell that out. Although we will put it up.
I'll put it on the screen.
We'll put it on the screen. Yeah. But it's lovely to meet you, Gabby.
And is there a song that you'd like?
We'll play on the
Yes,
end.
please play Say Please.
Dom Pérignon taught me everything that I know. Don't go ignoring. I want you to watch when I put on a show. Rise to the top like froth. It's my expertise. It's a pilot's tease. What's the magic word? Say please. Say please. top like froth, it's my expertise. It's a palate tease. What's the magic word? Say please. Say please. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne. Touch me like you mean for me to never be the same. Stroke the stem of a tall flute. Ding your fingers in ripe fruit. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne. I wanna show you all the things that feel right. Don't miss my lesson. Guaranteed there are better ways to spend the night. Rise to the top like froth, it's my expertise. It's a palate tease. What's the magic word? Say please. Say please. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne. Touch me like you mean for me to never be the same. Stroke the stem of a tall flute. Dink your fingers in ripe fruit. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne. No judgment. Tonight there's no blame. Give me your pleasure. I will gently split every piece of your pain. No shadows. Tonight there's no shame. Give me your pleasure. I will gently split every piece of your pain. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne. Touch me like you mean for me to never be the same. Stroke the stem of the tall flute. Dip your fingers in ripe fruit. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne. Touch me like you mean for me to never be the same. Stroke the stem of the tall flute. Dip your fingers in ripe fruit. Sip on me like you sip on a glass of champagne.
Now we've got with us now. We've got an expert who's also got form on the Wigwam Jam podcast. It's the delightful Nina Condron.
Hello.
Welcome again.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I think we met the first time in Cannes.
We did indeed,
2
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, we did.
And you were on last year's podcast.
I was indeed.
And that was really insightful as well, because you're also part of the MiCannes committee.
I am.
So
yes.
how have you found MiCannes 25 so far?
Oh, it's still technically the first day? Is that right? I don't know. But it's been brilliant. The panels have been really, really interesting. Some incredible people from like decades and decades of experience to younger people who are coming through, and it's been really supportive. And some interesting conversations about AI. And about learning about kind of investment funds, which I think for a lot of people in the audience, maybe certainly the artists, is a totally kind of new arena to think about for the future.
Yeah, exactly. And so tell us a bit about the AI. We were talking about it outside. Tell us a bit about the AI panel, because it sounds like it was a little bit polarised.
Yeah, I mean, to begin with, it was, they were just talking about it, but when it came to the questions, there was some very strong emotions, as you can imagine, because I think AI is one of those things that it kind of it polarises people, and AI, in my opinion, is the future. Like, it's here. It's not going to stop.
It's not going to go away, is it?
So you kind of have two different ways in which you can look at it, right? It's either the devil or the angel. So one of the questions, so this was about personality rights, this panel in particular. So they were talking about going to do shows with David Bowie and doing like avatars of Tina Turner and some of the legends that we've lost. But one of the questions was about what about the grassroots artists, because obviously at Radio Wigwam that is who we are supporting, and it's a difficult thing for artists nowadays trying to break through. And so if we're using AI and CGI to just promote the kind of legacy artists, it's going to just make it even more difficult for these upcoming artists. So there was some heated discussions, but I think that's good.
Well, I think what's good about that is that it's new stuff. It's not, nobody has all the answers, nobody knows what the future brings. So, but it's at panels like these where the discussion needs to be had.
Absolutely.
So different opinions are shared. From a lot of the people here are very successful and have been for many decades, whereas others are trying to get into that world, so it's got to satisfy everybody.
Yeah, and I think it's important that the older generation within the music industry are also kind of teaching the younger people coming through about these things. Personality rights is something that was never spoken about 5-10 years ago. It's it's kind of the era that we're in now. It's become very relevant. Yeah.
No, absolutely. So we saw you this time last year. You came on our podcast.
Yes.
And you wear several hats. Obviously, you're a consultant. You've worked in digital distribution and all that sort of stuff. But you're now part of the Wigwam team. I'm very proud to say.
Yes, I'm very pleased to announce that I am officially part of the Radio Wigwam team, and it's been amazing. Yeah. Yeah,
you've been with us for a few months. So as I say, I've known you for a couple of years. What shameless plug time for Radio Wigwam. But why did you want to join?
Well, for me, if you don't support the grassroots independent artists, you won't have any of these legacy artists later on in the future. And so what I loved about what you're doing is giving a platform to artists that don't generally get that support or that recognition. So I think for me it was really cemented when I went to the awards. And sometimes you watch awards shows on TV and you see these celebrities who don't even show up to get the awards. And at the Radio Wigwam Awards, the independent artists, they were just so excited and happy to be there. And the environment and the atmosphere, everyone was so collaborative, supportive, and you can't really bottle the feeling in that room, because it was elation. They were just so happy to kind of finally be recognised and supported, and I just thought I want to keep that going, and do what I can.
And we are delighted when people recognise what we're trying to do and how we do it. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. When you see an artist who's been battling for many years in some cases, and they finally get some recognition, it's why we do it. It's exactly why we do it. And I'm so glad that you've joined us, because you can see that as well, and try and make them less grassroots, more established.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, if you look at some of the biggest artists of today, the overnight sensations like Chapel Roan, that had a 10-year career before she was an overnight success.
About that, don't they?
It's a long grind, and for those artists that are able to keep going despite all of the struggles and everything, because they believe in what they're doing and their art is important, they should be recognised for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been great to have you back on the podcast, Nina. And welcome to the fold. We're delighted to welcome you into the Wigwam family and support grassroots community.
Thank you.
time has come, and they said it would never come for you. Oh, my friends, you haven't changed. You look rough and living strange, and I know you've got a taste for it too. They'll never forgive you, but they want to pearls, but you're on the run. And all the lies you said, who did you say? But then they played that song at the dead disco. It started fast, but it ends so slow. And all the time just reminded me of you. They'll never forgive you, but they won't let you go. Let me go! She'll never forgive you, but she won't let you go. Oh no!
So here we are with the legendary Debs Wild. How are you, Debs?
I'm very well, but no legend.
Well, welcome. It was great to see you. It's great to have you here. And yeah, obviously we've known each other since I was probably 8 years old.
Yeah,
And,
that makes me feel really old.
Well, no, it doesn't. I do know how old you are, but we won't mention that. And you look fantastic. But I mean, it's a long story, but it's all linked to, and you know, in fact, we'll probably ruin this because we love talking about Prince.
We do.
And if anyone's up for a 3-hour Prince discussion,
It's us.
It's us. It's us. But yeah,
Yes.
but we have known each other a long time. It's
Yeah.
great to see you here in Cannes. And yeah, tell us a bit about why you're here and. Yeah,
Well-
you're on the committee.
Well, I am on the committee, but to just go back to the bigger picture of talking about Prince, Prince is kind of why I'm in the music industry in the first place, as you are.
Yeah.
It was through Holly Johnson from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That's where my obsession with music started. Anyway, cut to now. I don't know if this would go down very well, but I'm going to be exclusive and tell you this. I'm actually here because when I was told about this wonderful thing, I was like, oh, cool. And then looked at the committee and went, there's just a load of blokes. Like, you've got no women.
Yeah.
So then I became the first woman on the committee.
Oh, did
and
you?
now there's lots of us.
Congratulations.
So we are evenly gendered
Yes.
in all aspects because we've all got different experiences
Yeah.
and ages and it felt really important to represent everyone.
It is so important.
yes.
I think there's even been panels this year or last year about women in the music industry,
Yes.
and it is so important. And I guess it's great. I mean, it sounds so like archaic, but it's great to see that is now obviously a recognised thing.
It is, but I'm also one of those women in the music industry that absolutely hates and detests anything that's called awards for
Yeah,
women in
Women's
the industry.
Hour, yeah.
Oh, Woman of the Year, and you're like, should we?
Go on, Debs,
It's
yeah.
just industry. Let's just be people in
exactly.
the industry. We
Amen.
shouldn't be gendering anything. But right now, it's really lovely to be on my third year in
Yeah.
the committee
Yeah.
and be here and representing just someone of a certain generation as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I love seeing
Someone in their 30s.
Thank you. Well, I was just about to say I love seeing people in their 30s here because the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and then the
Yeah.
it's really lovely, and that's why I'm part of this, because I feel like the younger generation coming through have as much to teach us old fogies as we can impart our wisdom. It's a two-way street, and I think
Yeah.
that's why these things are really important.
And I think that's a good point. We were having a chat at lunch earlier about the younger. I mean, I'm not no spring chicken these days.
You're 21, Nathan.
But I mean all the tech stuff that's starting to come through, which is really, I guess, it's lovely chatting to some of the old school out there who are talking about how things used to be, but then you've got a nice mix of people like us who are trying to, use technology in a pro artist way, unlike the major streamers. We're trying to actually go out and use tech to get artists money and to get them gigs. I see Nina over there. She's involved in something called Mixlo, which is brilliant as well, which I think is launching in the States fairly soon. But yeah, you do get a real mix of people here. But I wanted to ask you about, obviously we have been to many Prince gigs together, after shows, great days. But you've got a really interesting history in the music industry. I know that you've been involved with Coldplay from the very beginning, and I also believe that you're a budding author and that you're released or have released a book. Tell us about it.
Okay, so the first thing I'll tell you is there's two things to tell you. My journey in the industry started from knocking on doors because there were no courses, and that's how old I am. Hustling, and then the Coldplay thing, I met them really early on in my music A&R scouting career, and thought, oh my God, they're amazing.
Didn't you see them at a gig where there was sort of, say, 15, 20 people?
If you ask Chris Martin, he says there were 4 people there. But I think there were about...
Still,
30,
I mean,
30. There were very few people there, and very few people who gave a kind of passing glance to them.
So you
I like them, as a fan. I always used to have like 2 hats on, like fan hat, industry hat. The industry hat was worthless because you can't predict the future, so that's like, but I was like, if I like this, other people might like this. So that's how that journey began. The book, long story short, no pun intended, I got kind of conned into writing a book about 7 or 8 years ago. The second edition is coming in October, and the best thing about a second edition is the band saw the first edition and thought it was great.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yay!
Yeah.
So we got a better shot on the front cover.
Amazing,
and it's like it's getting a bigger push.
So when's the rewrite released?
Apparently the first week of October, but it's going to cover, it's literally like a coffee table book with beautiful unseen images. We know the kind of thing as Prince fans that we want to see. It's that kind of thing.
And so how would people get the original book?
Well, apparently, I mean, I feel like it was pulped probably, but I think you can still buy it. Yes, exactly. I actually posted that exactly. I did. But no, somebody like their manager and their live booking agent sent me something at Christmas going, oh my God, look, I just saw your book in HMV. And I went, it wasn't in HMV the first time round, and it's not even been reprinted. Where are they finding this? Like they're getting it from the tip or the skip. But anyway, so it exists. But,
what's it called?
It's called Life in Technicolor, a Celebration. So
Life in Technicolor, a celebration.
Well, of Coldplay. But
we'll put your socials up there, if you don't mind, so
thank
people
you.
can connect with you if they're interested in finding out more.
And also, if they want to get in touch with me, like Debs Wild is my Twitter. Well, sorry, I can't call it.
But your Instagram's Wildebeest, isn't it?
Deborah Wildebeest.
Right, we'll put that on the screen as well.
So anybody that wants to, ask any questions about the music industry in general, or, I'm always up for listening to new music.
Amazing, yeah. And then, so the new book's coming out sometime this year, hopefully.
Yes.
Are you going to do? I think you should do an audio version. You've got a lovely voice, a bit northern.
Oh, a bit northern.
But,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
I
don't know if coffee table books.
It's more of a piece, a statement piece.
No, but it's not that. It's that when I did it, and the band went, "Wait, you're not in this book," and I went, "Well, I can't really write about myself in the Craig David third person." And they went, "No, you should." So if I did an audio book, I'd be talking with my voice about myself in the third person.
Fair enough.
That would be a bit weird.
That's not you.
Not that I'm
having
saying.
Having known you from 8 years old, I'll do it for you.
I was about to say. Yeah, you can talk about
I'll create you for
it. We'll do that.
Anyway, no joking. Debs, obviously we've known each other since
it's been a pleasure.
I was 8 years old. Love you, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything. Good luck with the book.
You.
Cheers.
Bye.
You're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you light up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Stars. I wanna die in your arms. Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart.